Hello everybody and welcome once again to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time when I left off, Serana and I were exploring the Glacial Crevice, portion of the Forgotten Vale. I think I mentioned...
Almost solid construction here. About what I'd expect from creatures like this.
I do think I mentioned there are two different circuits to run if you want to fully explore the cave system. A top one and a bottom one. Makes more sense to do the top one first, because as you're killing stuff in the upper loop, it's liable to fall down, and so you can loot it when you're down in the lower one. First things first, I suppose, we'll finish off everything inside this room. Just having made our way up that ramp. And now we'll angle this way to continue. I feel the end game coming on, folks. We're getting near the end of Dawn Guard, then we'll finish up the main quest. We'll tie up a few achievement loose ends, then we'll head off to do Dragonborn. And then we'll be done. Completely. With this massive, awesome game.
Looks like they're better at making traps than they are at making bridges. A strange race, these Fallen. Yes?
Okay, she's got no new dialogue. Just her standard color commentary, I suppose. Char us up here, on the level I'm on, with his Falmer buddy. Or master, whatever the right word is.
I knew I heard something.
Got him. Don't you worry, Serana. I got these mofos. They can just fuck right off. Now there are more up above us on the other side, as you can pretty plainly see. And I am also relatively certain that that is actually the way forward. Let's go over here instead. Oh, sucks to be you. Pow, biatch. Let me make sure. It's a relatively short switchback, and if it turns out it's just loot on the end. This way I won't miss it. Ah, and see? This was just a loot switchback, so... Good. Let's take the gold and the lockpick. No need for anything else. And we'll just move right along. Okay. Alright, let's nip down here, search these guys. You can see the lower circuit way down below us. Have not yet found the place where they join up, so... we'll just keep on going. But we're through a pretty discrete, recognizable area, so I'll drop a quick save. that, I think, is the way forward. The lower circuit is down here. Let me sprint back through all the way to the main hall so I can test that theory. Again, shouldn't take long. Pretty sure I'm right. And I have only been through here once, so forgive me if my knowledge is a little lacking. So for the lower circuit, the thing to do is just dive on in. You can see the big opening in the water right over here. Look, they actually built a boat. Good job, Falmer. As you can hopefully tell, we're just down in the water beneath the big passage we explored earlier. I think one Charis is actually the only thing that actually fell in while we were taking care of business up above. And here we're out of the water. So let's make our way up. I saw him waddling along. Where the hell did he go? Right there, apparently. That was weird. Let's take all these. Let's make sure to search the water here before we head up. As you can see, there is an underwater passage. It looks like we have actually arrived in a collapsed tunnel of sorts with many dead Falmer in it. I ate a Falmer ear instead of putting it back. Here we are being routed down, down, down. For some reason, we're actually catching our breath. And we're back in the main room. Ah, I forgot about this. There is another entrance. Somewhere, there are 5 corpses in here, so there's one I didn't search, and there it is. And if you get up on top of the ice here, there is in fact a chest. One more dead Falmer to search. Go figure. Now we can head into here. Now all loops are pointing the same way, which is good. That way is up this ramp. Oh, that was new. We can go farther up. I think that's where we'll link back up with the gate we saw before. Let's just search the 2 chests we can see in here. And keep on keeping on. And yes. We do ultimately wind up with only one way to go. Through this gate and forward. Let's drop another quick save. Makes good sense to me. The absence of bad guys in a big room like this is always somewhat troubling. I can see where we're going to run into more eventually. Don't get complacent. We aren't done yet. Well, there may really only be 2 left. I kinda doubt it. We eventually wind up back above the main chamber again. In fact, I think that's where we are presently. Critters here are major fall risks. It's a good thing I don't really care about looting them.
You hear something?
I certainly don't want to wind up diving down to loot them again. So we got a couple down there. We got one in the hive here.
Where'd you come from?
Don't miss the chest. Try to lull you into missing it with a lot of empty huts before the one that actually has something in it appears. And now we're getting back to some good, fancy snow elf architecture. It serves as a good sign. We are nearing the exit. Yeah, you can look down and see we're way above the entrance now. We'll just keep on keeping on. Okay, I think we're done now. Yep, there's the exit. Back out to the Forgotten Vale. You wind up immediately facing a fork. You can head east down the tunnel through the obvious Falmer village with the big snow elf bridge up above. Let's duck through this little crevice to the north
Keep your eyes
first.
open here. Oh, what is it?
Because besides extra Falmer,
Done and done.
if we keep going north past these guys, we will find another frost giant. And yes, he has another paragon. This one we'll probably hold off using until after we clear the inner sanctum,
Who's there?
because I don't particularly feel like trekking back through the crevice, when eventually I will just be able to teleport. Alright, so we got him. Lovely. Look around his cave. Many dead things, but the important one, of course, is the frost giant himself and his diamond paragon. Well, I guess we took a bit of a shortcut. That's fine. Won't hurt anything. So we got another cavern, canyon, not cavern. I keep mixing up those words. We've got another canyon filled with Falmer to deal with. I'm sure you're excited, because I know I am. Nothing for it but to just make your way through. Deal with them as you run across them. Oh, are you
Where did you
kidding?
come from?
There we go. That was pretty atrocious. Before marching forward, of course, we want to track back and make sure we search this hut and everything up here. It turns out to really essentially be nothing inside. That's fine. Let's head up first. Again, seems like a generally good idea. Although maybe not in this particular case. Everything connects up anyway, it's fine. They're actually very well camouflaged in the snow. I have to imagine that's purposeful.
Get it back while we can. That'll teach you.
Alrighty. Yes, I suppose it will. Alright, so we've searched all these. Serana, kindly move. Thank you. What about up here? We head up here, and there's a way through to another canyon segment. Let's hold off on that. Let's search these other huts first. This one has a chest. Nothing in these. And then we're back at the ground level. Fair enough. Few ore veins, otherwise empty. Alright, well, let's head up and into the next section. The last unknown book is around here somewhere, so it may be through inside the next section. I just really want to make sure I don't miss it. I'll know I've gone too far if I get to the next way shrine and haven't found it, so... I think I'm good for the moment, so... Let's head through here, because that is pretty evidently the end of a segment. I'll drop a quick save. We got a couple up here, but not so bad.
Where'd you come from?
Not nearly as crowded as the one we just dealt with, anyway. Let's go to these huts in back first. So I think this time the way forward is actually down below the huts at ground level. And there it is. Perfect. Unknown Book Volume 4. I'll riff through it, even though it, like the others, is in the Falmer language. Unknown Book Volume 4 comes off my book list. That's awesome. There's a chest here too. I do already know Muffle. We'll search these other huts. This one here has almost nothing in it, save an active beehive, which actually seems a little strange, but it made sense to somebody. Alright. Ours is the pleasure of dealing with 2 Chaurus hunters. Let's go handle them.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, there we go. No worries. Now if we move forward down here at the ground level, we'll find we can actually advance through this gate right here. Notice the tonal shift. It's a pretty good sign we're getting close. So it looks like we are nonetheless going to have to deal with at least one more Fulmer. I think he was in that hive, from what I could see. Yep. Oh! And it's a Chaurus hunter. That's fine. He'll just keep it going. I got nothing for a good long ways, as far as I can see. Oh, bam! A way shrine. Right in here with the Fulmer, and there is the inner sanctum. Let's explore this last bit of Fulmer village before we lock in for the end game. Nothing there, nothing there. Not really anything there. Nothing there. And that's that. Good. Oh, who's our last prelate? Prelate Edelbor.
You found the Way Shrine of Radiance, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Yes.
May the blessings of Auriel protect you as you climb the road to the inner sanctum and final enlightenment. May Auriel's radiance fill your heart with joy.
So you see, we found almost everything. We can go back to Darkfall Passage or to the other shrines. Draw water from the basin. Completed. Fill the Initiate's ewer. Gain entry to the inner sanctum. I've completely filled the Initiate's ewer given to me by Knight Paladin Gelibor. All that remains is gaining access to the Chantry's inner sanctum, where both Archcurate Verther and Auriel's bow are located.
May Auriel's radiance fill your heart with joy.
That has to be the place. I've never seen a building like that before. It looks like some kind of temple. Yes?
I will say that if you dive down, you can find a few bird nests and ore veins. There's nothing that's really worth the exploration. We're on that bridge we could see from the village earlier. You can see the whole canyon that we agonizingly crawled through. Now this, however, looks like something worth exploring. Let's angle off up here. See what's through this archway. way up on this level. Surprisingly, the answer seems to be... Oh! I was gonna say the answer's nothing, but that's a lie. We got gems and an elven greatsword. Neat. Neat, but we don't exactly need it. So let's head through here. I suppose that's Auriel.
The bow has to be in here. What now?
Alright, let's head up here. Where we can pour the water into the basin. It drains out, flows through into here. Completed. Gain entry to the inner sanctum. Locate Archcurate Verther. I've gained access to the Chantry's inner sanctum. I should find and confront Archcurate Verther in order to secure Auriel's bow. Well, by all means, let's do it. These frozen Falmer, some of them will animate just as you'd expect them to.
These Falmer are... Who's there? That'll teach you.
So I don't necessarily want the stuff they're carrying, but picking it up is the way to get them to animate. Let's explore this main room before we do anything else. I could have sworn I just picked up an elven sword.
Where'd you come from?
Frozen Charis, Frozen Falmer.
Done
And Serana animated a skeleton, which I'd rather just search. There's the elven sword. Just hadn't added to my inventory yet, I suppose. Nothing to take from that one. So, presumably no obvious way to wake it up.
Who's there? Done.
2 frozen Charis. Don't need that staff. We'll go deal with the center last. 'Cause obviously it's crowded. Filter of health. I can just drink. Looks like it won't animate either. Okay. What about these ones?
Who's there?
Let's definitely have that paralyzing elven sword. That seems like a good thing not to leave in your hands. This one's got a scroll of blizzard.
I knew I heard something.
Don't see anything there. Filter of extra magicka didn't trigger anything. That's neat. Let's take these arrows. Let's activate the shrine. Looks like we're good to go now. So, up first in our exploration, let's hit this western room. You can activate these altars by placing the initiate's ewer. And you'll want to pick it up and bring it with you, even though it does reseal the door. Because you'll need it to open other doors as you go. This is the most important room to go to.
Where'd you come from?
There's this frost giant hanging out inside. As is hopefully obvious by now, is going to drop the final paragon for us. In addition to there being other things to check out, of course. We got some searchable skeletons, a chest, and the giant himself with the ruby paragon that we of course want to have with us. If you made sure to bring along the ewer, you can get to that extra chest. Definitely worthwhile. Now we can use the ewer to reopen the door. We will want to keep it with us, though. Don't think there's another exit that's not actually through the gate, so let's head through. We do have more frozen Falmer. Potion of vigorous healing. That's easy. That one doesn't have anything. Some skellies. Scroll of Conjure Flame Atronach. This one has a spell tome, Conjure Dramora Lord, which I actually think I don't know. Ah! New spell! Good. Let's take Conjure Dramora Lord off my conjuration list. That is awesome. And one of the best summons in the game, BT dub. We'll just keep on making our way. They don't have anything to take, and you probably don't have to fight them. This one's got a staff of ice spikes. Let's ditch that. Deal with him. That just goes back out to the main room, so let's take this center passage to the north, going farther forward instead. Necklace of extreme health. It's not bad. What's this one? An elven war axe. And even the ones with stuff to take obviously don't always animate. Don't miss this little loop back here where there is another chest. And more searchable skellies.
Who's there? I knew I'd heard something.
Had to fight all of those for the circlet of water breathing, which I don't even need. It's all good, though. And from here, really only one way forward. Through this here ice tunnel. Off to the left, another side passage. Sure enough, there's a chest. I'm pretty stoked that we got Conjured Dremora Lord off that Frozen Falmer. Not gonna lie. Oh, hello. To Auriel's chapel. Oh, there we go. This is where we will meet Werther. And lots of things will be made clear. Here to the right, looks like a side passage, but is really just a dead end. Completed. Locate Archcurate Werther. Confront Archcurate Werther. You can see all these frozen critters. Should be pretty obvious what's going to happen. Note that he is behind an ice barrier, too, so we can't do anything to him.
Did you really come here expecting to claim Auriel's bow? You've done exactly as I predicted and brought your fetching companion to me.
Wait, is he talking about me?
Which, I'm sorry to say, means your usefulness is at an end.
Where'd you come from? Done and done. Where'd you come from?
So this is the first thing that happens. All the Frozen Falmer and Charis animate, and we have to deal with them. Pretty close to what you'd expect.
An impressive display, but a wasted effort. You delay nothing but your own deaths.
Watch out! He's falling down the ceiling! Where'd you come from?
So he'll start throwing shit at you, while the other sets come at you. Frozen Shaman. Hadn't quite seen that one before.
Gone on long enough. This has gone
Your life ends here.
enough.
An ancient Frost Atronach. I actually forgot about that thing. It's a unique monster.
Dead.
No. Centuries of preparation.
Surrender and give us your bow.
So he blows the whole place up.
Are you alright? Come on, we can do this. I know we can. He's up there on the balcony. Come on.
So he blows the whole shit up. And I'll go ahead and drop a quick save, even though parts of my interface are disabled.
Give us the bow.
How dare you? I was the arch-curate of Auriel, girl. I am the god.
Until the betrayed corrupted you. Yes, we've heard this sad story.
Gelibor and his kind are easily manipulated fools. Look into my eyes, Serana. You tell me what I am.
You're a vampire? But Auriel should have protected you.
The moment I was infected by one of my own initiates, Auriel turned his back on me. I swore I'd have my revenge, no matter what the cost.
You want to take revenge on a god?
Auriel himself may have been beyond my reach, but his influence on our world wasn't. All I needed was the blood of a vampire and his own weapon, Auriel's bow.
The blood of a vampire. Auriel's bow. It was you? You created that prophecy?
A prophecy that lacked a single final ingredient. The blood of a pure vampire. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor.
You were waiting all this time for someone with my blood to come along. Well, too bad for you. I intend on keeping it. Let's see if your blood has any power to it. Where'd you come from?
Completed. Confront Arch-Curate Verther. Slay Arch-Curate Verther. Gladly. Completed. Slay Arch-Curate Verther. Speak to Gelibor. And we can get some unique stuff off of him. The Ancient Fulmer set of armor exists nowhere else in the game. So let's grab those. Here's a final way shrine, so obviously we get to skip some backtracking, which is good. Let's chat with Gelibor.
So the deed has been done. The restoration of this way shrine means that Verther must be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him.
The betrayed weren't to blame.
What? What are you talking about?
He was a vampire. He controlled them.
A vampire? I see. That would explain much. Deep inside, it brings me joy that the betrayed weren't to blame for what happened here.
Why?
Because that means there's still hope that they might one day shed their hatred and learn to believe in Auriel once again. It's been a long time since I felt that way, and it's been long overdue. My thanks to both of you.
You're welcome.
You risked everything to get Auriel's bow, and in turn, you've restored the Chantry. I can't think of a more deserving champion to carry it than you. If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain sun-hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask.
Completed. Speak to Gelibor. Retrieve Auriel's bow.
Please, take the bow. It's yours.
What will happen to you now?
Even with Verther gone, and the inner sanctum destroyed, my duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel remains. I have been sworn to protect this veil and everything it represents until I die.
And the way shrines?
For the time being, they will remain open. If remnants of our kind who escaped the betrayal at the hands of the dwarfs exist out there, perhaps they will find this place one day. May Auriel watch over you.
Take Auriel's bow. Auriel's bow added. 12 elven arrows, 12 sun-hallowed elven arrows. Completed. Touching the sky. Started. Kindred Judgment. Speak to Serana. Alright, so let's start by going to the unique items list. Obviously, Auriel's bow is an artifact that comes off that list. And on the quest list, we have completed Touching the Sky. which leaves only the final quest in the Dawnguard main line. It's been revealed to me that the Tyranny of the Sun was created by Archcurate Verther as his revenge upon Auriel for rebuking him when he was turned into a vampire. He possessed Auriel's bow, but still needed the blood of a pure vampire to complete his ritual. This placed Serana in mortal danger, and I had no choice but to destroy him. I now possess the final piece of the Tyranny of the Sun, Auriel's bow. Kindred Judgment. Speak to Serana.
It's not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful.
What do we do now?
I think we both know. It's time to face my father. If we don't, he'll keep chasing us for the rest of our lives.
If we do, he'll have to die. Maybe we can reason with him.
Have you been paying attention? It's obvious my father's well beyond reason. No, this has to end here and now.
Then let's face him together.
Go back to the castle and kick the front door in. We're gonna be knee-deep in his friends. Let's head back to Isran and let him see what we've got first. I'm betting he'll lend us a sword or two.
Completed. Speak to Serana. Speak to Isran. With Auriel's bow in my possession, I need to rally the forces of the Dawnguard before I attempt to confront Harkon and put a stop to the prophecy.
Yes?
Verther was saying something about vampire blood and the bow.
It sounds like that's the last bit of the prophecy. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor can corrupt the bow.
You're a daughter of Cold Harbor.
So I am. I guess we could use my blood. Do you have any arrows? Elven arrows? I'm not going to just bleed on any old thing.
I'd like to treat some arrows with your blood. There's an achievement for using the special power, so you need to get at least one set of blood-cursed arrows.
Let's just get this over with.
Elven arrow 20 removed. Blood-cursed elven arrow 20 added. Are you ready to do this?
I don't think you can ever be ready to kill your parent. I'm doing my best to not think of him as my father anymore.
Let me know if you need anything.
We've got enough to worry about right now. You stay focused, and I'll worry about me.
Are you ready to do this?
Just leave me alone for now. I'll be fine. What now?
Alright. Let's talk to Gelibor
I
again.
trust you're faring well.
Can the betrayed ever be cured?
I feel nothing but sympathy for the betrayed, despite my actions against them. But I'm afraid that they're well beyond a cure at this point.
Why?
The twisted forms you've seen didn't occur overnight. It isn't a plague or a disease that ravaged our species. The dwarves may have stolen their sight, but it took many generations for them to become what they are today.
Then there's no hope for them.
Perhaps they'll never return to their former appearance. But over the centuries, I've noticed a rise in their intellect. If a line of communication could be established with them, maybe they can find peace. It's the only way they'll discover that they weren't always malignant. They were once a proud and prosperous race.
What will happen to the Chantry now?
While it would fill me with joy to see the Chantry back to its former glory, that time has long since passed. Now that my brother's dead, it's quite possible I'm the last of our kind.
Then I've contributed to your kind's extinction.
There's no need for that kind of talk. I said it was possible. It's also quite possible that there are some other isolated conclaves of snow elves, nestled elsewhere on Nirn. I'll also assume Verther didn't exactly give you the option to stay your hand.
What will you do then?
For the time being, I will remain here, on the Overlook, and continue trying to keep the Sanctum free of the betrayed. You're always welcome to return here at any time, of course.
What can you tell me about Auriel's bow?
The bow was said to be carried by Auriel himself into battle against the forces of Lorkhan in ancient and mythic times. Its craftsmanship has no equal anywhere within Tamriel, and possibly beyond.
What can it do?
The bow draws its power from Aetherius itself, channeling it through the sun. Therefore, when an arrow is loosed from the bow, it produces a magical effect very similar to being burned by fire.
Sounds powerful.
That's actually only a fraction of its potential. With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect. causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes. The sunbursts would certainly hurt anything, but is especially devastating to the undead.
Werther said something about using blood.
Well, using an arrow with the bow that's been dipped in blood may cause it to function differently, corrupting its purpose. That's, of course, if you're foolish enough to try it.
How do I obtain sun-hallowed arrows?
I can actually assist you in that regard. If you were to bring me some good quality elven arrows, I could imbue them with the proper incantations and rituals.
Can you make me some sun-hallowed arrows?
Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time, so if you want the rest of your arrows blessed, let me know.
Elven arrow removed, sun-hallowed elven arrow added.
Farewell, friend. May the warmth of Auriel provide you strength.
So let's look at the bow, just to kind of get a feel for what it does. 20 points of sun damage. Undead targets take triple damage. Now let's put a blood-cursed arrow on it. Let's clear the skies so I can see. Huh, you're supposed to be able to clear weather effects. But it's not working for now. Maybe it's just too early to actually see the sun. Anyway, before we leave, let's head back to the Shrine of not learning. I think resolution is the one I want. That's closest to the Paragon platform. There we go. Sort of. Can't find the sun yet.
May Auriel's glow shield you from your enemy.
That was the right shrine, though, so that's good. Let's head over here to the east. To the Paragon platform. Now, Auriel's bow is still obviously not as good as the awesome bow I crafted for myself. That's okay. We're nearing the 1 hour mark, so that's actually going to be a good time for me to stop. But before we leave, let's pop in the Diamond Paragon, which will take us to a little subset of the Glacial Crevice that has a chest in it that we couldn't otherwise reach. Nothing important there, but by God, we explored it. The Ruby Paragon is actually going to secure us something fairly important. Can't find the sun. So let's take that portal. Let's get our good bow going again. And Aura Whisper. And let's not waste our blood-cursed arrows either. Shrouds the sun in darkness if shot with Auriel's bow. Sun-hallowed. Causes sunburst attacks to nearby targets if shot at the sun with Auriel's bow. That's all quite cool, but we're in a completely separate area that you can't get to any other way, called the Forgotten Vale Forest. And you can see a few critters over here. 3 to be precise. Let's do our best to sneak up on them.
Where'd you come from?
There's a Falmer Warmonger up here fighting a couple of frost trolls.
Done and done. Where'd you come from? Done.
Pretty obviously, he wins that fight, if left to his own devices. Let's get Auriel's bow and the blood-cursed arrows back. Even as we search these three, the Warmonger, this nameless Falmer, carries another artifact, Auriel's shield, which we will of course take with us and remove from the unique items list. Let's search these guys. Search the skelly. Search the chest. Head back to the Paragon platform. I still can't find the fucking sun. I just want to get the achievement so I can forget about this shit. But let's grab the ruby paragon out of the socket and let's head to Winstad Manor. We are actually done here. So we have a few wrap-up things to do, but my time is up, so I'm just going to drop stuff off and end the video. Oops, wrong one. Let's just wait 14 hours so I can do this. Let me get clear skies going. Let's wait one more hour. There we go.
Right out here. I don't know how you stand it.
So here's what happens when you shoot the sun with a blood-cursed elven arrow. Creates an eclipse. And you unlock the achievement, Auriel's Bow. Use the special power of Auriel's Bow. 61 out of 75 achievements, or 81%. That's all. That was Harkin's desire.
Why is it so dark outside?
Don't worry, the eclipses don't last that long. It's just, if you play as a vampire, you don't have to worry about only moving at night anymore. Now you can create eclipses at will. As long as you have blood-cursed elven arrows, of course. Alrighty.
The gold is flowing nicely. Here's your half of the profits, my dear.
Okay, so we need to keep Auriel's Bow. It is a quest item at this point. But the Ancient Falmer armor can go. Did I forget to actually grab Auriel's shield? I did, didn't I? Motherfucker. Damn it. Yeah, I totally forgot to actually take Auriel's shield. So I'll have to run back and get that. I'll do that off screen. So I will certainly need to keep the Ruby Paragon with me in order to do that.
Gold to spend, please.
Here's 10 gold.
Thanks, Pa.
Let's check the girls' dresser while we're here, even though we're going to be back. We've read the Night Mother's Truth. I think, anyway. Pretty sure we have. Yeah, we have. Yes, there are books, but no, they aren't new. I need that Ruby Paragon, so I can go get Auriel's shield, which I stupidly left on the dead Falmer even after I found it. But let me sneak down here as to use that shellbug chitin we mined. The shellbug helmet requires 2 chitin and 2 iron ingots. I bet I have 2 iron ingots. Back from when I was still getting everything. We put 4 of those away and make up a shellbug helmet. Fun stuff. Oh, there it is. Looks cool, has fun armor rating. That's about all there is to it. Can't believe I forgot to just hit the button to actually take Auriel's shield. How ridiculous. Oh well, it is what it is. I will probably go... I will probably not come back to Winstead before wrapping up the quest line and confronting Harkin. So let me head back to the Forgotten Vale. Gosh, that was stupid. It's alright, though. Hard to access, but you actually can fast travel there. It's just way west. We can even head to the Shrine of Resolution. I think is the one I said I needed. And we can run over to the Paragon platform. Gosh, I feel like an idiot. It's alright, though. And you can see the eclipse is already over. It really, it doesn't last that long. But we got the achievement, which is great. Let's head back to the forest. Oh, gosh. Or maybe I will head to Winstead. It won't take that long. Let's run over here to where that Falmer was. Hopefully it hasn't deleted his corpse or anything. That would be a fucking disaster. Oh, there's a troll I missed. Well, it did delete his corpse, but it put Auriel's shield on the ground anyway. Thank goodness. Stores the energy of blocked attacks. Performing a power bash will release the stored energy. So you can see how this is a pretty cool item, actually, as these things go. Not that I'll actually use it. Still prefer to dual wield and or shoot a bow. But you can see where it's a pretty cool item. Alright, let's get the Ruby Paragon. Now let's fast travel to Winstead. Just kidding, I am going to finish offloading.
honor to you, my Thane.
You're back! I got you a present, Papa. I hope you like it.
Blue Mountain Flower. Oh, thanks. Anyway, let's put away Auriel's shield. Let's put away the Ruby Paragon. Let's eat that. Check their dresser one more time. And now we're ready to head out. As far as wrap-up goes, the first place I want to go is the College of Winterhold, so I can deal with the Unknown Books quest, but I really am out of time, so we're going to do that next time on Let's Play Skyrim. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please consider clicking an ad, liking, sharing, or subscribing. Any or all of which will really help me out. Regardless, please know that I really appreciate the time you spend watching, and hope you have a fantastic day.